Welcome to another episode of Midnight Customs, or Big Blocks by Brad. I'm not Brad, and this is not a big block. Anyways, so today we're going to adjust all these valves, or rocker arms, same thing. They're kind of loose. I've already adjusted them. They were too tight. That one I just too loose. That one's got some pressure on it, so loose. And yeah, spark plug wires and everything are still attached. These are my oil deflectors, because these beautiful Magnum rocker arms have this little dowel in there with an oil jet. And so instead of it shooting straight up and then dropping down, it shoots straight onto the fulcrum for the rocker arms. You won't be able to see the hole in it, but there's a tiny hole right in there. Alright, so this is passenger side and driver side. Same setup. Just got these little cheap steel plates. They're actually stainless. But yeah. So we're going to adjust these valves, and I already had it running with it like this, doing just a base adjustment, trying to get it to run better because it wouldn't go in gear. Vacuum gauge kept saying it was a late valve timing or valve timing issue. I don't have video of that. That was what my other brother was doing. So on this one, I just decided to pull the valve covers, loosen them all up, start at a base of just almost zero lash or zero adjustment, and then I just tighten them, doing the wiggle test by hand when it's off. Just slight movements. I mean, I'm really kind of reefing on this to move it. This one's a little loose, but that one's super loose. I'm barely touching that one. So anyways, we'll adjust these, and it already sounds better with them adjusted this way. It already goes into gear without any issues. So, but my brother asked me to record a video. So the problem I have is I'm one person, and this is a Squarebody Chevy. So, and it's, yeah, I'm 6'4", but we're 6'3" anymore. But yeah, I used to be able just to sit my butt right there and put my feet right there and one on the other side and work on these things all day long, but not today. So I'm trying to make a minimal mess. I've already figured out that yes, my little baffle system works, except we need to curve it around the back on this side, not that side. That side was fine. This side just started puking oil down the back of the motor, so I have to clean that up. Made a mess in my driveway. We'll get that cleaned up. Good old brake clean does the job, or gasoline, but you know, you don't want to do that with gasoline. It's too expensive. I guess brake clean is more expensive because you're only getting 12 ounces for the price of a gallon of gas. So anyways, I'm also going to get him a new radiator cap. I hate these caps. I always do lever relief, especially on old school trucks, cars. I know they look ugly, and I know people don't like them, but I do, because if I have to do anything, like for instance, that hose is bulging. It's brand new thermostat, new thermostat housing, new intake, new carb, new distributor. But that hose is bulging, so I'm pretty sure the thermostat's sticking, even though he put a pressure relief hole in it, or it's not opening in time. And I can't relieve pressure safely without risking burn, so pressure relief caps. Alright, so I'm going to adjust these down so there's just minimal rocking, like this one and this one. These two are pretty close. That one's definitely not, so, or that one. This one's got some pressure. And then I will go and do a finalized rolling, meaning I'm going to have it running, and I'm going to adjust them. I'm probably going to start at the back instead of the front, because last time I started at the front, and that's why I noticed the oil issue, and it's pretty hard to get to the back ones from over here. Other than that, I haven't checked timing. It's supposedly set. I'll do all that afterwards. I mean, it is set. It's set at 0 degrees, and well, bumped up to 8 or 6. It's one of the two. Anyways, I'm just gonna adjust the valves, and we're gonna get it running, and we'll probably edit that last piece out. All right. So typically when I'm doing adjustments, that's PCV valve. I'll spin the push rods. Like this one I can spin, obviously because it's loose. This one I can't, but I think this one's about to open. Anyways, so I usually spin the push rods until they stop moving, and then I back it off until they spin again. So like this one, it's a prime example because it spins. So I tighten this down until this stops spinning, and you can't see it spinning, but it's gliding on my glove, and I can feel it rolling versus my glove sliding on it. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna adjust this down to show, and then I back it off until it spins again. And once it spins again, I tighten it till it stops. That's my 0 mark. And then I quarter turn the big nut. And then after that I hold and I torque down the lock nut. And then that should give perfect valve adjustment. And there's probably gonna be people saying, oh, that's not how that works. And there's gonna be issues, but I'll tell you what. The last time I did roller rockers and stuff like this, well, actually it's been a couple times. The time where I can attest the motor's still running and driving just fine is sitting right there in that engine bay. So we'll get this adjusted out. And like I said, that engine over there, it's a big block 396, runs perfectly fine. Turnkey. It's carbureted, nothing special, no electric fuel pump. It sits all winter, I don't touch it. And then once I go and start it in the spring, it turns over for maybe 10 seconds, then pump the pedal, just fires right up. We're gonna make that happen with this one. So, I'm gonna pause and do adjustments. Alright, I just did a running valve adjustment. She's purring real good. Starts up good, shuts down good. I'm going to pause this video here. I'm going to go start it up. It wouldn't even go into gear. It goes into gear. So, hang tight. I'm not even going to pump the pedal. Fired right up. Running smooth as butter. Don't worry, I'll clean up the mess. Alright. Foot's on the brakes. She's in gear, in reverse. Neutral. Drive. No problems. Idle's perfectly good. I'm going to put a tack on it and see what RPMs we're at, but I think we're right where we need to be. Park. Power. There we go. A little diesel, but that's probably from carbon, but maybe not. So I'll double check that too. Might be carburetor adjustment. Alright boys, got the valve covers all back on, got the wires in place. I gotta put the, gotta plug the vacuum. We're gonna adjust the carburetor now, and we're gonna go from there. We'll see if she fires first try. First I gotta take my little cheater button out because it's resting right on the manifold and it's just easier to take it off. So we'll do that, and I'll start her up, and I'll record when I go to start her. Anyways, hang tight. Alright, we got the gauge on, vacuum plug blocked off, all the vacuum ports are hooked up. I just noticed I missed one. Hang tight. Seems a little ridiculous to have two of those on there, but I get it. So. All right, we are going to prop I'm trying to prop this up for you guys. Perfect vacuum. Choking, we'll take her off the choke here in a minute. Now you hear that? The choke just came off a little bit. Guys, I'm gonna just take her around the block real quick. Just wanna see what she's gonna do. Oh, it's about a thing of tape. Where's the other part of the seatbelt? Oh, it's broken. Well, it does me no good. Oh well, just in case. Tie her over. This steering wheel's garbage. Anyways. Wasn't drive. Anyways, see that? I got her running and driving. She's doing good. Got a wheel bearing chirp or something. Interesting. She's got some get up and go. brakes, no gas. And right off. Right on. I don't know if you guys can hear all that. I probably should turn off the background muting, but off.